Alright, so just a little bit of backstory on the video that you guys are getting ready to see of my most recent ELR session. This is a video that I almost didn't post. I wrestled with myself whether or not to post this video for the last 2 or 3 days. And after thinking about it, it was kind of crazy, my reasoning behind it. And the reasoning behind this is because this shooting session went so well. And what sense does that make, right? So a little bit of backstory here. I am not a professional long-range shooter. I am a hobbyist. My wife would call me an obsessionist. And I do shoot competition, but I am by no means a professional long-range shooter. So because of that, I look up to guys like Paul Phillips and David Tubbs. And my last couple of ELR videos that I've posted, the one before last was a 2,200 yard cold bore impact with the 7mm SAUM. And then the last one that I posted, the one I posted last week, was a first round impact wasn't a cold bore, but it was first round at that target at 1,815 yards with the 6mm Creedmoor. So these are types of shots that you would expect to see from these guys that I look up to, the David Tubbs, the Paul Phillipses, and that is just not me. I do a lot of practicing. I do have my data very well lined out, but I am by no means a professional at this. One day maybe, but definitely not today. So what you guys don't see is the sessions that I go out when I shoot ELR and I don't impact the target, because that does happen from time to time. And sometimes I go out and I impact the target and it's just not very compelling. It's not a video that I would want to post because it's a 5th or 6th round impact at a mile, and that's something that you guys have seen me do more times than I can count. So I only post these videos when it's something special, and I've had a lot of good luck lately. So the two that I referenced a second ago, the 2 cold bore impacts, were the last 2 previous videos that I posted of ELR shots, and then there's been 2 other times that I've been out since then of videos that I didn't post. One, you guys know my rule. If you guys have been watching my videos for any amount of time, I take 10 shots at any given target. If I don't impact it, I pack it up, call it a day, and move on to another rifle or another target or whatever. And I had one where I got like a 6th or 7th round impact at 2,000 yards, and then one that I didn't even impact the target with the 6 Creed at over 2,000. So those were not videos that were compelling enough to post, so you guys don't see those. But what you have been seeing is a lot of cold bore ELR impacts from me, and it seems very unbelievable. And then I go out the other day, and this video was done about 5 or 6 days ago, and I couldn't decide whether or not to post it because it just seemed so unbelievable to even me. I went out 5 or 6 days ago to test out the 185 RDF at distance. If you guys have seen any of the videos I've done with this bullet in the 7mm SAUM, this is an extremely this bullet shoots extremely well in this rifle. Whether it's sub quarter minute at 100 yards or stacking rounds in the X-ring at 1,000, this bullet shoots in this rifle. And I wanted to know if it would continue that trend out past transonic, and I found out very quickly that it does. But I had no data taking the 185 RDF out past 1,300 yards, so I had no data in the transonic or subsonic. And it's a completely different ballistic coefficient once you get out to those ranges. So what I did was I went out, I looked up my data for the inside of subsonic and transonic zones and just guesstimated adding 1.5 mil to that at 2,056 yards, and it turned out I was exactly right. Cold bored the 2,056 yard plate with a bullet that I had never shot at any distance past transonic, and it just seemed unbelievable. It was unbelievable to me, and I knew it was going to be unbelievable to the people that watch me. So what you guys are getting ready to see is that cold bore impact, and then I ended up shooting my full 10 rounds and got one more impact. The wind was switching as I was shooting, as you guys will see in the video, but I got one more impact out of those 10. But I'll show you guys the cold bore and then shots 2, 3, and 4, which if you watch, shot 2, I couldn't figure out, I had no call on it, but shot 3 and 4, if you look, they are just barely off the right edge of plate. So had it been a 36-inch plate like these guys use in the ELR comps, they would have impacted the target, I have no doubt. So right in there still with the at that distance, so it was repeatable. And then I'll show you the 8th shot, which was my second impact. So just wanted a quick reference or quick backstory on this, just to let you guys know that this is not something that happens to me all the time. Maybe it was the giant rainbow that was over top of me that day when I was shooting, because it had just poured down rain right before I shot, and literally there was a giant rainbow, whether it was raining down Luck of the Irish on me or whatever it was. I've had some really good luck, because there's a lot of luck involved, and I don't care who you are, even these guys, these professional ELR guys, even if they don't admit that there's a lot of luck involved in cold boring a target out beyond 2,000 yards, then they're not telling you the truth. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Hopefully I have many more like it that I can post in the near future. So I'll see you guys next time. Hope y'all enjoy it. I'm out. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, let's get this done before dark. Okay. Okay, 27.5 and left. .9. 185 RDF. Never attempted this thing at ELR before, or this distance with this particular bullet, but it shoots really repeatable at the closer ranges. Let's see how it transitions through transonic here. Impact! Heard the ding and everything. Nobody is going to believe that. That is the first time I've ever shot this bullet at ELR distances, and I cold bored the 2,056 yard 24-inch plate. Nobody in the world is going to believe that. I know you all are not going to believe that, but that just happened. This is not... Go for a 7 SAUM world record here, because I know they say okay, I got no call on that one. Nope. I mean, it's luck, guys. To do that with a cold bore shot is luck any day of the week. But especially with a bullet you've never shot at these types of distances. Okay, that was just off right. The wind has picked up. We're gonna back this up so it wasn't just a fluke. Oh, that was just off right edge. Or that may have been impact. $2,056 yards. $2,056 cold bore with a bullet that I had never attempted anything past, I think 12 or 13, anything past 1350 when I trued it. And impact 1, nice clean round impact, same as number 2, both of them clean round impact, so that indicates the bullet was flying true when it got here. And obviously, because it was repeatable, even though it wasn't, the wind is pretty sporadic today. It's as you can see, speeding up, slowing down, doing all the things that it typically does out here in a 550 acre massive piece of property that's nothing but flat with nothing to block the wind. You'll have winds like this, and that's why one of the reasons I really like shooting out here is because of these crazy winds, and you learn a lot from it. But anyway, we did back up the shot within 10 rounds, so that's 2 out of 10, so a 20% impact rate, including the first round, at 2,056 yards with the 7 SAUM, shooting the 185 RDF.